What's going on, guys? I hope everybody's having a great day so far. And man, we have had a great day today. Got some new swag, as you can see. Like, I was getting hit up like all day today in the DMs on Instagram and Twitter. And I think it was because of my podcast with Black with No Cream podcast. I'm gonna throw a link to that now. But anyways, in that podcast, I talked a lot about like how I got to where I've got, what I did, especially like what I learned, what failures I kind of came across along the way. Throughout it, in those questions, I found out there was one very specific theme. What are the tips to be a successful creator, a successful YouTuber? What do I have to do? And so I think it comes down to 4 things, and I call them the 4 C's. And I want to be able to talk in depth about what those 4 C's are in this video today. So let's jump into the first one. All right, so for the first one, content. Content. I mean, I know that's pretty self-explanatory, but let me talk about that a little bit. So with content, it's about creating quality content, and quality is subjective. You know, it's not just about visual fidelity. It's not just about, you know, duration or even content type. You know, it's really, think about it this way. It has to be something that you speak your truth, something that comes from the heart, and I like to really characterize it. You're trying to do something different to stand out. And honestly, that's the best way to break through with your content. And then obviously, you're not gonna create quality content at first, especially if you don't have an audience. And so you gotta keep creating content. You wanna be able to do something new, better, and different than other people. You know, you can't beat what you copy. Like, that's a real thing. If you think about all the people that have gotten really huge and become iconic creators, they've done something either new, better, or different. And to be honest, sometimes it's all 3. Let's go to the next one. The next C is going to be community. Man, this one is so much overlooked. I mean, because the reality is, when you choose to make a channel, you're not just creating content, you're also creating a community that has like-minded interests that, you know, essentially like believe the same things that you believe. And so you got to be able to do things that increase community health, like responding to comments and asking questions and being there for them when they need your help. Community is all about a group of like-minded individuals that are bonding together to achieve something greater. And so think about, you don't have just a bunch of numbers of people, you know, 1,000 subscribers, hundreds of viewers that are following you. Each one of those people is a person with unique goals and really things they want to accomplish in their life. It is up to you to be able to understand who they are, what they want, and do as best as you can to help them get there. And, you know, ironically, you're trying to produce information and entertainment for them that helps them along the way, because ultimately that's why people follow channels, because they want to be a part of something bigger than themselves. All right, for number 3, collaboration. So with collaborations, a lot, I know you guys know this quite a ton, but you know, it's plain and simple. At first, when you choose to create, choose to have a channel, you have an awareness problem. You might make great stuff, but nobody knows who you are. No one knows you even exist. And so collaborations is a great way for you to get a new audience. And so at first, think about how you can add value to another channel so that they can maybe promote you or put you on or help you get awareness and a little bit of recognition to your channel. Now, the important thing about collaborations is you can't just rogue DM people and say, collab, let's collab, let's collab. That's quite important. You can't do that. What you have to do is you've got to find a way to add value to what someone needs. Like, can you design thumbnails for them? Can you create content for them? Can you do something that maybe they don't know how to do and maybe share or trade you know, the value that you have? They can help you get exposure to your audience, but you can help them with something that maybe saves their time or they don't know how to do themselves. And so collaborations can be key. They should be a key strategy for you to grow a channel here in 2018. Now I know it's pretty dark out. I actually don't know how good the lighting's gonna be with the camera, but we're kind of just enjoying the night. We're trying to make this journal because it's been a pretty crazy day doing a ton. But yeah, I hope this is helpful to you guys. But anyways, back into the C's. It's getting too dark. And for the fourth and final C, it's gonna be consistency. Hey, that kind of rhymed. But yes, consistency is very, very critically important. And just because it's fourth in line for the C's doesn't mean it's the fourth in priority. It's probably number one. It might be the thing that helps you break through, but we put the C's in order for like how it might work, because like we said, you make content that builds a community, which you then choose to collaborate to grow, and you do that consistently. And that's what it's all about. Like honestly, for the first 90 days of creating, it's gonna feel like you're not making any traction. You know, I think about me, I think I probably made a good 100 videos that got 100 views each. And to be honest, this video might get 100 views because I'm, you know, kind of building new on this one. But on the other channels I've started on the M.Frisk channel, 100 views per video for like the first 3 months. And I remember thinking to myself, like, man, am I doing the right thing? Like, am I making a bad decision in going forward in this way? But it, like, I started like getting like micro comments, people saying this is amazing content, you're doing the right thing, and that kept driving me, but the viewership just wasn't there. And it wasn't until I had my first video hit that I realized that being consistent isn't necessarily always about creating compelling content. It's about getting better. It's about getting them 10,000 hours. When you create consistently, you're training yourself to be better, faster, you know, and more unique. You get to find your voice. You get to think about what you like to create and what you don't like to create. It's an incredible exercise in finding yourself and your voice for how you want to create content. And so I go back, and I'm sure every creator will say this, you go back and watch some of your old videos and they're so cringe, like so cringy. And you thought they were the best, but they just weren't the best. But you need that time. You need those good 60, 90, 120 days to really find yourself, to put yourself in a position to make good content. And so it's all in preparation for the moment where you get your first viral video, in context of course, viral in comparison to all your other videos. And then when they go check out, you know, your feed, go check out your profile, they see all of this good content that you've been making consistently, and consistency tells a story that you're gonna be around longer, and then people wanna invest in you and they believe in you. And then from there, they jump in and be a part of, you know, your community and consume or, you know, watch more content. And so it's all interwoven, and it's very, very important for what you have to do to be a successful creator in 2018. So we're gonna jump back to the office and wrap things up, these 4 C's, because I'm kind of getting tired of like being outside and it's kind of dark. I don't even know how good this is gonna look, but you know, we're gonna find out. All right, so for the 4 C's, learn them, live by them, love them, and your life will be forever changed. Because honestly, these 4 C's will never end to being some of the most important things you can do. You will always have to create compelling, creative content, like quality content, forever, for eternity. You will always have to build and foster that community, because that community that surrounds you, you want them to show up because of the camaraderie and the emotion that they have for really the content that you make in this community that you've built. There's collaborations with people that are bigger than you, the same like size as you, and much smaller than you, but that's also fostering the community. Working with all these figures within the community to help build it and make it healthy is important. And lastly, consistency. You know, I've said this time and time again, 1 hour a day for the rest of your life. When you choose to make this channel and create this content and have like this will to be able to be one of the best, your actions have to meet your ambitions. You've got to do this every day for the rest of your life. These 4 things. Set aside time to make sure that you can do this. And so if you do this every day, those 4 C's, you will be the next 1 million, 2 million, 3 million subscriber creator. You will be the next big thing. Of course, there's some other variables that go into it, being new, better, different, but with those 4 C's and that formula, you'll get to exactly where you want to be. So it's been a pretty late night. It is, what time is it? 11:30 now, Pacific time. I'm going to now export this footage, edit this journal, post it live, even though it's going to be super late for a lot of you, and hopefully you enjoy it. So until the next one, day 20,753 in the books. We'll see ya. Peace.